Hey. So I made this like nice little countdown thing, and you got 2 donuts. How far will I go? I made a countdown, and I made like a little intro, but I just have I don't know how to do it yet. Like I don't know if I just like play it after I go live or what. I'm gonna have to ask. Right. Did I send my stream? Like, oh, give me 1 second. Hey y'all. Who doesn't like donuts, Sarah? Donuts are the best. Like, y'all don't make fun of me because I'm drinking a Red Bull at 10:30 at night, but it's late and I need to keep me going. Oh. I hate that the camera's backwards. Hey, Jeremiah. Hey, Beatlemaniac. Hey, Laura Lulu. Sarah, Kelly, and Jay. Hey, Johnny R. Kramer, the music movie channel. Are you calling me Gladys? I'm not Gladys. Oh, Boyd Mama, I'm jealous. I want a bowl of chocolate ice cream with Reese cups. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hello, everybody again. Hello. I usually have Rizzo's Felon Wife. Hi. I love the name. Yeah, you can win my heart with some Reese's Fast Break. Yeah, everyone can win my heart with anything Reese's. I love Reese's. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm waiting. Let me put the link in the chat just in case too. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Vallow, that crazy lady, and that frog. That's what I call Chad. He's a frog because he looks like a frog. You got 2 Reese's Fast Breaks in the kitchen. You know what I love doing with my Reese's? I love putting them in the freezer. They're just so good when they're frozen. Like, I just love it. Hey, Thumb Thug. Now you want some ice cream with Butterfinger sprinkles. My son loves the like what are they called? The strawberry shortcake like things, you know what I mean? He looks like a potato frog. Hey, Simply Amy. He's a potato frog. There we go. He does look like a potato too. I mean, hey Nina Bina. Hey Lindy S. Hey Fran. He's a total frog. Wendy's has strawberry. Wait, no. Wendy's only ever had chocolate and vanilla. I don't believe this. Who doesn't freeze their Reese's? It's like the best thing to do ever. You know, like, get started into where is Brittney? I mean, I guess I can get started and start talking about it till they get here. Oh. Frozen Reese's say what? Yeah, it is good. It's the best way. There's no other way to do it. If you've never frozen your Reese's, now is the time. Oh, I'd love when my kid goes Halloween candy, gets the Halloween candy, and I just get all the Reese cups and just throw them in the freezer and just tell them I gotta test them for poison or something, you know? Get out of here, Matt. You're crazy. Reese's are the best. So I usually do like a slide or something, but today me and Brittney were like working on that stuff all day, so I'm just like gonna kind of like super wing it, you know? And well, I'll like talk about it too, but Wait a second, let me check. Tell Dave you'd smash him. No, I'll tell him. All right, so I'm sure everybody knows who Lori Vallow is. Sorry, let me turn my volume down. I'm sure everyone knows who Lori Vallow is by now, but in case anyone doesn't know who Lori Vallow is, let me give you a little summary. She's all right. So it went like national news. This woman's kids were missing. Lori, and it was really bizarre because the way she was acting. It was like she was just, prancing around. She went off to Hawaii and got married. It's like she didn't even care. And, everyone was wondering where the kids was, and she was just totally like, ignoring it, like, nothing ever happened. So she is a demon. That's who she is. Yeah. I mean, all right. So basically, come to find out, well, they end up finding the kids buried in, I feel like I got to start from the beginning to explain this. All right. So Lori, before her kids went missing, she started listening to this podcast about like the end of the world, stuff like that. And she got really into it. And the guy who did the podcast was this guy, Chad Daybell, who was married. She was married with 2 kids, Tylee and JJ. Sorry, I keep pulling. There we go. It's like the camera's opposite, so I keep messing up my shirt. Anyway, so she's listening to this podcast. She gets like really enamored by this guy, and she starts going to like his, I guess he has like seminars, like book signings and stuff like that. And she almost becomes like obsessed with it, and they end up like falling in love with each other. And he, has these crazy beliefs that like that. Well, they're from the Church of Latter-day Saints, but he had his own like beliefs, I guess. But I don't know if anyone is from LDS or knows anybody who's LDS, but they have like, I forget what they call them. Like the people are, I forget the name they use. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Thank you. I forget the name they use, but basically like people have like a level. Like you could be a celestial being, or you could be like a light. You can be of the light and of the dark. Yeah, I found it before. Let me see if I can like Google it so I can explain it better. But he would like rate people based on like what he claimed that he could see these visions, and that he knew, like he can see if people were light or dark or whatever, that he had this special celestial bodies. Maybe it is celestial body. Right, no, that's not it. It's a celestial being. I'm trying to find something that like easily explains it. But so all right, this is like sort of what they believe. The celestial kingdom is where our heavenly parents in Jesus Christ will permanently dwell after the final judgment. So like the end of days, this is where they will dwell. Teachings published in the Evening and the Morning Star in June of 1832 stated that the celestial kingdom will be where God and Christ is, and where they will be for eternity. All right, who will inherit the celestial kingdom? The celestial kingdom will be home to those who have accepted the gospel of Jesus Christ, made sacred covenants, and honor those covenants throughout their lives. 3. All right, so there's 3 degrees within the celestial kingdom. There are 3 degrees of glory. Not much has been revealed about the differences between these degrees, but we do know in order to obtain the highest degree of glory in the celestial kingdom, a person must enter into the new and everlasting covenant of marriage. If he does not, he cannot obtain it. So they have to be married, which is a big, that's a big part of it. The opportunity to be sealed for time and eternity in marriage is available now and will be available to those who did not have the opportunity in this life. The earth will become the celestial kingdom. It will be sanctified from all unrighteousness, and they prepared for the celestial glory. I'm trying to see where they... So anyway, there's 3 different levels. Hey, girl.
Hey. I think Allie...
What'd you say?
I think Allie should be coming in a second. She was sharing your...
Okay.
Sharing... I'm not sharing...
So I was explaining the religion stuff for everybody so they can understand it a little better. All right, hold on. I found it. All right, so the celestial...
I'm gonna mute for a minute and I'm gonna mute and go share your channel on my channel.
So the celestial kingdom are those whose names are written in heaven, where God and Christ are the judge of all. These are they who are just men made perfect through Jesus, the mediator of the new covenant. So they're the highest level of people. And then they have to be married and sealed in the temple, like I said.
That freaking blue is making your eyes pop, girlfriend. You look so pretty.
Thank you. All right, so then there's a terrestrial kingdom, where these are they who receive his glory, but not his fullness. These are they who receive the presence of the Son, but not the fullness of the Father. Wherefore they are bodies terrestrial and not bodies celestial, and differ in glory as the moon differs from the sun. They are they who are not valiant in the testimony of Jesus, wherefore they obtain nor the crown over the kingdom of God. So, people will inherit the terrestrial kingdom for the following reasons. They will die without law. They received a testimony of Christ after his life. This is the second level. And then there's a celestial kingdom. There, according to the doctrine, those who inherit this kingdom are those who are rejected the gospel. So the people who rejected religion will be in the celestial kingdom. So basically, hold on. Why is this? Give me a second. There we go. So basically, there's 3 different levels, and Chad believed he was of the top level, and that he could look at people and he could know if they were celestial or terrestrial, or if they, and he would rate them by numbers, and he rated Lori's whole family. Let's see if I can find that. So he rated in levels her whole family. There was an email, light or dark. Here we go. I think I can pull it up. Oh shoot, I got it. Hold on. All right, so let me share my screen so y'all can see this. All right. So Barry Cox is Lori's dad, and that he's a 3 light. If you're on the light, you're on the good. If you're on the dark, you're bad. Oh, sorry. All these people are coming in, and I'm missing all of them. Hold on. Hey. Oh, let me share the StreamYard link, too, if you want to come up, Alex.
Hey, everybody in chat. Thank you for being over here with us.
Hey, 3-boy mom. Hey, Buttercup.
Oh, you got some new people.
I know. There's so many people here tonight. I'm excited. Aussie True Crime. Riz's felon wife. Lori. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to miss anyone. All right. So Barry was Lori's dad. And I guess a lot of people who are light supposedly were like reincarnated. They believe that they were like reincarnated from like an earlier life. I think Chad believed he was reincarnated and that Lori was reincarnated and that they were lovers in previous lives. Pretty sure that's. Do you remember, Brett? That's what he said, right? That they were like.
Oh yeah,
Lovers.
he said they were lovers in multiple different lives. Like
Yeah.
he had married her like 3 times already.
So like he believed that they were like soulmates. So I believe that there's like this thing where like people are considered like soulmates and they believe that they have been soulmates through every life they had. Well, that's what he believed him and Lori were. So Janice is her mom. I'm not sure who Stacy is. Anyone know who Stacy is? Alex is her brother. He's light. Adam is her brother. He's light. Laura, maybe her sister. Laura and Lori, I think, are her. Or Laura's his sister, her sister, and Lori is obviously Lori. And then Summer. They're all her relatives. I think they're all her brothers and sisters. And husband is too light, but borderline too dark. So now, okay, that's fine, Alex. Hey, Punkette. So this is really important to know too that he claims that somebody who's a light can just switch to dark, like that. Like they could go from being a light being and just become dark. So that's why I said husband is too light, but borderline too dark. And usually, if you're like too light, you can just switch to too dark. You know, this is really, really crazy. But so I guess he's saying Lori's first husband is a too light, which would be Joe Ryan. Or no, maybe wasn't Joe Ryan the first husband? Second husband, William, I don't know who that is. Too dark, maybe your second husband. And then he put second husband. Son, Colby, that's her oldest son. He's a 3 light. Kelsey is his girlfriend, I think, or his wife. 3 dark. Right? Kelsey's Colby's wife. And then her third husband. Oh, so Joe was the third husband. Wow, she's been married a lot. I forgot about that. It's been a while since I covered this, so bear with me. But yeah, she's been married a couple times. I forgot about that. But Joe's her third husband, and Colby is Joe's son, no, I think he adopted Colby, but Tylee is his daughter. He's a 4.3 dark and is now sealed away. It says, daughter. So he put Tylee as 4.1 dark, Charles as a 3 light. Cole Vallow. I think this JJ. Joshua's JJ. He was a light then. And Zach might be Adam's son. I forget. But anyway, Melanie. How do you say it? Boudoir or Boudoir? That's her niece. She's a 3 light. And her husband, Brandon, is a dark. And then I guess they're her 4 kids. Well, anyway. He started telling her that her kids, that Lori's kids, Tylee and JJ, were zombies. This is the belief. All right, so they're in the LDS church, but Chad believed he was special and that he had special abilities to be able to rate. He thought him and Lori were celestial beings, and that's why like them getting married was so important. Hey, replay crew, that's why them getting married was so important because they were supposedly like reincarnated lovers. Yeah, Latter-day Saints. Yes. Well, anyway, he ended up telling Lori that her kids were like zombies, that they had turned to the dark, and that they were zombies, and so she like they wanted to kill them because of that. But pretty much, Lori was married to Charles Vallow at the time. I can pull up a picture of him so you can see. At the time where she met Chad. And supposedly he was like really good to her. This is Charles. He was a really good guy. Like treated her well. Her family loved him. Everything. And he started noticing like she was acting really strange, and he like she got really religious and was saying all this crazy stuff. Hey, 2 cents with Danya.
Oh my goodness, so good to see y'all. Hey, replay crew, thank you for coming in here. Y'all make.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Make sure you subscribe to Kate. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna stop cutting you off.
Please, I'm getting close to a community tab, guys. So please subscribe. But yeah, it's very confusing, Rizzo. But just to put it in a nutshell, he basically told her that her kids were dark and that they were zombies. So, oh yeah, didn't Lori look like a freaking Maltese yesterday with that like little like ponytail like this, like a little?
Yeah, but yours is cute. I think that don't get me wrong, I think he believed his shit, but I honestly think that he used that line of "we were married in our past life" as a pickup, because he had a friend, I forget her name, Kate, the dark-headed lady that made headlines, Chad's friend. He told her that.
I know, the one who still sticks up for him to this day. I can't think of her name.
Yeah, so it was like a pickup line for him. Like, we were married in a past life.
Yeah, and I think he said a lot of this stuff about her family to like get her to like isolate them and be with him. I think he was very manipulative.
Yeah, he wanted her by herself. Because his kids were grown, pretty much.
Yep. So, Chad, he knew, like he kept telling like her family members, like, she's gonna kill me. He even called the police twice, I believe. It could have been even more than that, but he called the police twice and basically told them, like, guys, she's gonna kill me. And like they said, like, there's nothing we can do because she's not like actually doing anything. Charles, wait, I think I got the body cam footage. Here we go. Oh shoot, hold on, let me try and find one where they won't. You think law and crime would strike me?
Just kind of pause it at times. But in the body cam she's going to show, Charles, her ex-husband, he was pitiful.
You're
talking about the one where he's begging him to help her?
Yeah, where he's saying that she's going to kill him and stuff. He knew he was going to die.
Well, see, and you can tell in the footage that he's definitely afraid for himself, but he's genuinely concerned for her too. Like, he loved her.
He did. They said he was a great guy. All right, let me speed it up. Sorry, guys, if it's fast. I just don't want to get struck, so.
Yeah, Kid Pro Ho said they might try.
So, is she in there?
What's going on? Why is she here and you're not here, or are you staying here with her?
Long story. She's had kind of a drug criminality. You're LDS?
Yes.
She thinks she's married to Moran in the past. You think she's what? Married to Moran at the top of the temple.
Angel, LDS.
They don't let me in there.
Probation, and she knows when the second coming is happening next year, so there's a prophet.
Okay.
He knows that she knows about it. She beats up Moran, Jesus Christ. Praise the temple every day. I've tried to tell her.
It's really hard for me to hear.
Says, I'm Nick Schneider. I've taken over Charles' body.
Okay, so right here he's telling the police that she's calling him Nick Schneider. She's told Charles, Lori has told Charles that he's been possessed by a demon, and he's no longer Charles Vallow. He is Nick Schneider. And that's basically what he's telling the police right now. And that she's acting erratic and, the zombie stuff.
I can do it. I can with my priest with my power. She does priest of blessing. She does.
So who's Nick Schneider? Okay. Okay. Right. So he's not at church. He's not.
She took my truck from the airport. So back, she took my truck from the airport last night when I flew in. She canceled my flight. I got a ticket to pick up home. I got a 6-year-old special needs.
Right. And he sings at school somewhere.
Now, is this the same day? Do they take her in the same day?
No, this is where they tell them they can't do anything about it. They're like, if she's not like trying to actually kill you, like, we can't help you. Like, he was begging them, like, I got a 6-year-old in the house, like, please. I don't know if you guys can hear it, okay? It sounds kind of low for me, but he was basically, like, begging them, like, please. I think he went to a hotel because he was scared for his life. Like, he thought she was going to kill him.
Yeah.
Seems like a demon would pick a scarier name than Nick Snyder. Right? That's kind of middle of the roof for a demon, it seems. Yeah, you would think so, but I mean, like, their beliefs is that, like, demons were like everyday people, like you could go easily from a light to a dark. It's really strange. Like, the whole thing is really strange. But she started watching this podcast and she got really, I'm sure she has some kind of like maybe some other mental health issues, and it just like this was really believable for her because of it. This is when she took his car from the airport.
And you've looked all through the parking lots. All right.
You have the license plate on that? It's KDM 62 or 63 or 67. It's not handicap. And I don't know where she put my car. She took $35,000 in cash out of that account yesterday. Put my payroll on. I mean, I just never thought she would do anything like this. But she just lost touch with me. I'm not me. She yells. She's scared crap out of me.
Okay. Now, I'm assuming you guys have phones. Is that an iPhone?
Yes.
Are you able to track to see where her phone is right now? Her
Exactly
iPhone's.
Oh,
your phone. Now, how did you get her phone?
because it was in the car this morning when she brought it to school. I took the keys out of her house so she couldn't leave. But I called you guys.
Okay.
Somehow she has to say keys alive. And so, I don't know where she saw this at first. I think she's here. We didn't see the room. I really, if you guys would come with me, see if she's in there.
So I guess she's asking him if she can track her because she took his car. Is that she took his?
Yes.
Yeah, she took his car from the airport. I know, it does break my heart too that.
Yeah, because if they would have only listened to him right at this point, Kate, if they'd only took him seriously.
Well, if you look up LDS stuff, they do talk about like the celestial beings and the different, like, not the way he does, but like I haven't heard of the like light and dark ratings, but they do talk about like if you're a celestial being, you're like in the kingdom, and then if you're a terrestrial being, you're just, I forget what happens to terrestrial beings, and then terrestrials is like people who didn't, like, pretty much like hell for.
Thank you, Thumbs Up, for dropping my link.
Okay, that's going to be up to them if they allow you to go in. We can't. Now, you guys are married, so there shouldn't be. No, we're waiting for right now. What we're doing is my sergeant wanted to get some information from you. I was about to call you, but then Gary said you were here. We are just going to wait a second. My sergeant, they're on their way because we have a sergeant training. So they're going to be here. They have the paperwork. So if she is here, we knock on the door. She's here. That's why we need the paperwork in hand. Okay, so we can take her.
Tell me again real quick.
That's why we're here, right?
What's her first name? Lori. And tell me again about the vehicle. It's a black Infiniti QX80. And try that license plate again. KDM 62. KDM something. KDM 62, 63, 67. Handicap plate. Handicap. Is it registered to you? Yes.
What is that like weird air noise? Anyway, make sure you follow Brittney's channel, allegedly with Brittney J. Sorry, we were in the middle of talking when you came up, but I want to make sure she has a great channel, and we cover a lot of stuff together, so I'm sure most of you already subbed, but
that air noise you hear is the freaking body cam. Like you remember in the Chris Watts case, it was the same thing. I
didn't notice it in the Chris Watts case.
Yeah.
Like, I only noticed it here for the first time. I didn't notice it in those videos, and I've watched them a million times. I don't know why. I guess because it's so quiet that, like, his voice, I'm noticing that over it. I think he's going to go against her replay crew. I don't know, man. I think she is kind of crazy. Like, I think she might, like, really might be out there. I don't know. I go back and forth.
I'm with you, and I'm going to tell you why I think he's going against her. He didn't show up at court, and it was his chance to see her. And she had a makeshift ring on her finger.
Oh, she had a ring on her finger? No.
Yeah, go look on my community post. It looks like a rubber band or something. She's
Mhm.
using like a ponytail tie for a makeshift ring.
So she was probably hoping that she would see him there, and he didn't even show up. I think he's going to turn on her too. Well, I think he's going to blame it all. I honestly think they're going to blame it all on Alex, who's Lori's brother, which if y'all haven't followed, you'll learn about him shortly. Like if you don't know about this case, you'll know. Yep, Chad will. I feel like he will 100% throw her under the bus, especially because he still has kids. Like now, I mean, she is Colby, but like they really believe that he's innocent, and I feel like he's not going to want them to think that he did anything wrong. I really think he's going to turn on her, or at least Alex, which he's dead. So, I mean, if they blame it on Alex, which I'm pretty sure they'll try.
Spell your last name again. D.
Victor, A-L-L-O-W.
Vallow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's an SUV that you're describing, right? Okay, I know what it is.
I'm going to go check to see if I can go in there and I'll be right back. Yes, sir.
Okay. Also find out if they'll give you permission to go into that room.
Oh wait, let me turn my. There's also another one. Like he called the cops more than once over this. Like he was scared for his life. I think the other one is where he basically begged them, like I think it's the other one where he begs, like she's gonna kill me, and they're like, we can't. There's nothing we can do unless she tries to kill you.
That's up to the hotel. That's not what we do. So I told him that we're waiting for you with the paperwork, and that's what we've got going on right now. He thinks she's still staying here. Just the reason is that he was able to grab that key out of her purse in the car at that school in Central area, wherever that school was. All right. Okay.
I bet nobody messes with that lady.
Just what she was saying in the reason the 909 came out. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We're gonna.
She looks like a tough chick.
We are on the north side of that home 2, which is just west of this building. It's the building west. It's the other hotel. We'll all meet right there.
I don't see him anymore in the video, so I'm just gonna stop it. But yeah, there's another one too, and he basically like tells them like, guys, she's gonna kill me, and they're like, well, if she hasn't tried to do anything, I'm like, there's nothing we can do. And then basically he calls her brother. And if you haven't watched this, I think it's 2020. They did a great special that like I was really into Vallow, and then I kind of like fell off a bit. And then I watched this and I got totally, sucked back in again. Oh, I can play the one with Lori and Ty. What, the interviews you mean, Kelly? Where they get interviewed, or the body cam?
I would love to see that one with Lori and Kylie when she goes in, oh my God, the freaking police officers coach her on like how not to be held in a 5150, and it was so gross.
It was bad. It was horrible. So, all right. So basically, they like split up, right? They split up, and Lori, I guess, is still at the house. I don't know where he's living, and Charles picks JJ up in the morning to take him to school. Well, Charles put his life insurance policy out of Lori's name and into Kay Woodcock's name. Now, Kay Woodcock, all right, so Lori and Charles' son, JJ, he was adopted. He was, I think, Lori's sister's kid, right? I mean, no, Charles' sister's kid.
Charles' sister, yeah.
Yeah, so it's Charles' sister's kid, and they adopt him.
Charles's niece, and it was Kay's grandkid. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Charles's niece's kid. So they adopt JJ as their own, and Kay Woodcock is the grandmom of JJ. Well, he basically transfers his life insurance policy into Kay's name for JJ. Like he was like very protective over JJ. Tylee was Joe Ryan's kid, so not that I'm sure he cared about her a lot too. Hey, Olive Juice, long time no see. I'm sure he really cared about Tylee too, but JJ was like, his very protective of JJ. So he put the money in Kay Woodcock's name, but Lori didn't know. And one day when Charles showed up to pick up JJ for school, which is so bizarre to me how this all goes down. They get in an argument supposedly, and Alex, her brother, is there, and they get in a fight. And they claim that Charles had didn't they say Charles had a bat, or was
Tylee grabbed a bat, ran out of the room. Remember, tried to hit Charles.
And then he took it from her, right?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Tylee grabbed this bat that was in the doorway, and she ran out because they were fighting. And then supposedly Charles took it from him, and then Alex shot him, right?
No, Alex got in the way, took the bat from Charles. Alex claimed that Charles hit him with a bat twice.
Yeah, he said he had a mark on the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And he claimed
he said he ran to the kitchen or somewhere in the middle. No, he ran to the dining room. Charles was coming after him with a bat, which none of us believe, and he shot Charles.
Yeah. And then Lori takes the kids to Burger King before school, and then takes JJ to school like nothing ever happened. It's the weirdest shit ever.
In Charles's vehicle.
I didn't know it was in Charles' vehicle. No way. And then when she's talking to the cops, when she has the conversation with the cops about it, she's just so nonchalant. It was almost like she, wanted him dead because she wanted to be with Chad, and they were, I believe that they had some plan and they wanted the money. You know what I mean?
I think Lori took off with Charles's car and left him there with Alex, and Alex did it then. That's what I think happened.
Yeah. Oh, it was definitely planned, in my opinion, because she wanted that money. And then when she found out that her name was in the there's no way she's that crazy where she wasn't calculated, because she even tried to get the money from the life insurance policy and she couldn't get it because he changed it. I can play the interviews by the police. Let me see. But they're so, in the body cam footage, they're just so nonchalant about it. It's so bizarre. The interviews are 2 hours long, but I could do a little section of it just so you can get an idea. Obviously. Let me see. East Idaho would probably be all right. I don't know if they would. A lot of it is just her moving around. Yeah, it's almost creepy. The I feel maybe I should just play the body. Do you want to see the body cam footage, or do you want to see the interviews? What do you think is a better? I mean, I could probably do both. It's just going to be a long stream. Or I could just do a little bit of each, not the whole video, but just so you guys get an idea. Body cam. All right, here it is. Oh no, Core TV. I can't do that. Hold on.
Site today.
Oh no, that's Alex. I can't. So I found it, but all right, this works. This is East Idaho. I think I'll be all right with them. I hope.
What happened today? How did it get to this? What's going on? What happened?
She's talking about my sister earlier.
No, what happened today, though? Like, just in the last 20
That's
minutes.
Alex sitting on the curb. I'm pretty
Is
sure.
he living
Yeah.
here or
No.
visiting?
He came to pick up the son.
Okay, is the son inside?
No, my sister took him to school.
Okay, so it was just you at the house?
Yes.
And he came, how long, what time did he come to pick up the son?
I don't know, 20 minutes ago maybe.
Okay, so you know who he is? Let him in?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think they were talking earlier, then she left, and then he got into it with me.
Like what? What do you mean?
I don't know, he was accusing me of...
Come on over here. That truck's going to be really loud. What was he accusing you of?
He was just yelling at me.
Okay, what was he yelling at you about?
I told my sister because I'd broken up the tussle with them earlier. And he told me not to interfere anymore with them or I'd pay. And he came at me with a bat.
Okay, so he showed up in the house with a bat in his hand?
No.
Okay, so
There was a scuffle earlier with my sister and my niece. My niece got involved.
earlier meaning earlier this week, earlier this morning?
Just this morning, before they left.
Before your wife left?
My sister.
Before your sister left?
Yeah.
Okay, who lives here with you?
No, I don't live here. My sister lives here and my niece lives here.
And you're just visiting?
I was visiting for the night.
Okay, so you're over here.
He just happened to be there when he comes up next morning. I think this is like, all right. So I think that, yeah, I thought it was strange too that Tylee didn't seem upset that her stepdad was dead. She was so nonchalant about it too. It was really strange.
I'm telling you, that's why I have the theory. Okay, baby, hold on. I have the theory that, so I think Lori put Tylee and JJ in that car and they didn't see anything. Because there's no way that a 16-year-old girl at the time, could witness her stepdad being shot and not have emotion from it. So the only thing that makes sense is she probably grabbed his keys when he come in, took off running to the car, and they dipped out.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, like, I think, like, this is just my opinion. Like, I have no idea if this is true, but I honestly think that Lori and Alex had some, like, sexual relationship. And I think that she controlled Alex and had him do these crazy things for her that way. Because the brother said that he would go to, like, on trips to, Thailand for like a week and go to like the red light district, and he had like all these like prostitutes and stuff, and he was kind of like
girl.
He's kind of like goofy looking, you know, and like he wasn't like a really
Kate.
He is. He's just as goofy looking as Chad. They're both frogs, in my opinion. Hold on, with frogs.
I needed that. It's so good to see you all. Hi, Keeks in North Cal girl.
Thank
Jules.
you, Al.
Hey, Allie. So yeah, do you think that
Yeah, I'm gonna play the interrogation. I have it up. I was just playing the body cam footage real quick, but wait, here's Alex. Hold on. Look at this frog.
Yeah, look how nonchalant. He literally is a sociopath, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, he looks actually decent here, but there's another picture I have of him where he looks like a frog. I just gotta find it. But he was frumpy, you know what I mean? Like, is this a TV show? Hey, Keeks. No, this is like body cam footage from the police. This is like they killed her husband, and this is the body cam footage that I'm showing. But so I personally think, all right, so Alex's ex-wife came forward and said that she like literally divorced him because he had a really strange sexual relationship with Lori. Like he would wrap her legs around him and like hold her and like bounce her up and down like he was humping her, and they would make like sexual noises, and he would like touch her boobs and say how hot she was and stuff. Like they're really, really strange. Like I really think
Y'all, Kate told me this last night when we were talking about this case, and I was like, huh? What?
Mhm.
I always thought she blackmailed him, but this is a whole
Yeah.
new level.
Yeah, I think Tylee was desensitized to a lot of stuff too, but there was definitely some weird shit going on between them for sure. Hold on, let me play this. I'm gonna play just a little bit of Alex, and then I'm gonna fast forward to when they talk to Tylee and Lori, because it's really strange how they talk. They're like,
Visiting your sister and your niece.
Yes.
Okay, and there was a tussle between your sister and her husband.
Yes.
And does the husband live here or no?
No.
Okay. Okay, is he an ex-husband or just current husband?
They're working on that.
Gotcha. So at some point earlier today, they get into some type of domestic?
Yeah, just this morning, then they left, and then he came to me.
They left meaning who? Both the parties? Or?
Yeah, my sister took my niece and my nephew.
Okay, so they left.
Create some space for him, and then he came to me.
Okay, but did he leave also?
No.
He stayed here.
He stayed.
So you guys are kind of talking in between or what? Who are you? Who are you? No, just go back. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So you were so it's just you and your brother-in-law.
Yes.
Okay? And kind of go through it. Say something like, hey, don't touch my sister, or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he picked up the bat
Where was the bat at?
in the living room.
Okay.
You got inside thing?
No, I haven't got it.
all right. So basically, he picked up the bat, and that he supposedly hit him with it, and then he ended up grabbing a gun and shooting him. All right, hold on. I'm gonna fast forward to. They said he had like a red spot on the back of his head, but I feel like if he got hit with a bat, it would have been much worse than like what they act like happened. Here we go.
Is your husband with her? Oh, gotcha. Okay, you guys know it. Gotcha. Good. Let me just get your. Do you have a driver's license? Quickly, I can just grab. Thank you. L-O-R-I.
It's blurred out here, but in the original, where it's not blurred, she smiles the whole damn time. Lori does.
Yep. Like they're like so. Why are? I guess they're asking personal information, and that's why they quieted it out.
I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing it with the face blurred.
I know. I haven't either. They're not saying anything. Maybe they blurred out the whole section with them because she's a minor.
Probably, because I know like here Tylee tells like her age, her weight, her side.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me put this link in the chat.
Did you get the guy inside name?
No, I met him.
I just want to show this part. Here we go. All right.
No. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, you guys know it. Gotcha. Good. Let me just get your. Do you have a driver's license? Quickly, I can just grab. Thank you.
She's there and smiles like nothing is wrong.
R-I. What does your middle initial stand for? Nori. N-O. D-A-L.
There's the link to this. Oh, hold on. Let me pause it. There's the link to this channel, everyone. It's called WTAF, Wicked Truths and F-Bombs.
Oh,
if you want to check it out
so much. They're such a good channel.
Not saying here. This is your home.
Right.
Yes, Rizzo, a criminal investigation.
Gotcha. How long have you guys lived here? How long have you lived here?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Okay.
That's why I didn't first know.
Gotcha.
Like, hi, Eric.
Look at her laughing.
Okay. And you're still about 5'6".
Well, I'm saying this is the one where she's all like, "Hi, neighbor."
Yeah, it's so strange. Like, what the hell?
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, young lady.
Yeah.
How are you?
16.
16. Okay. And that's your mom? Okay. Which first name? How old are
That's
you?
this girl.
Do you have a driver's license?
I do it inside.
Nice. So you're a new driver, huh? How do you like that?
Well, almost 17.
Almost up. So you're an old hat then.
Yeah, I drove here from Texas by myself, so I'm pretty used to it. I know.
Okay. What's your birthday, huh? And you live here with mom?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how tall you are? What do you think you weigh?
Probably like 5'1", maybe.
Mm-hmm. What do you think you weigh?
160 maybe.
Okay. Red or blonde? That's proper. Oh, blonde too. You guys, unless there's a blonde young lady here. And then blue eyes? Yeah. You have very blue eyes. That's not under debate. Do you have your own phone number?
I do.
She does seem nervous, and she's real red in the face.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, no one.
She seems less nervous in the interview though, like like when she gets interviewed by the.
My heart breaks for Tylee because it's like, what a tumultuous life she went through.
I'm only going to show a couple minutes of this just so like you can just get an idea. But I'm not going to show the whole thing. But this is East Idaho News has all these videos up. Let me show the link to this too, just so I can give them
Can
credit.
you make the screen on this full because she's so far away from the camera?
Yeah. No, Alex, it's for adults. I have it like set for adults.
Oh, snap. Hey, criminality. Thank you for being here.
Hey, criminality. All right. Hopefully they don't strike me. East Idaho News, don't strike me. All right.
YLE. Okay, I was right.
Oh, this one's loud.
And what's your last name?
Ryan, RYAN.
And your birthday? And then, do you have a phone?
Yeah.
What's your phone number? Okay. So I know this is going to kind of sound like kind of a silly question because it's super broad, but can you basically tell me what happened today? And you can start at whatever place makes sense for you to kind of start and explain. I'll probably kind of ask you questions as we go a little bit.
Okay. So I woke up probably around like 7:50, I want to say, because I heard yelling from like right outside my door. And I don't even know where, but I immediately like jumped up, and I have a baseball bat because when I was living at my uncle's by myself, I just wanted something to like feel safer, and I'm not old enough to get like pepper spray or anything. So I was like, okay, I'll get a baseball bat. So I have that.
So your bedroom, you said that right outside your bedroom door, and I didn't go in the house, so I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage. So what is your bedroom door open to?
My bedroom door open, so the room that my uncle was staying in, the room that's kind of like the guest room, if my room's right here, that's right there.
Okay.
And then my little brother's room, and then kitchen's kind of back there, so it's like a little hallway, and then right here is kind of where everything happened. Okay. Like the big, you walk in and
Like big great room, kind of living room?
Yeah, right now it just has mirrors up because my mom wanted a dance room.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of unconventional, but.
Hey, whatever makes you happy, it's your guys' house. So.
Right. So, yeah, I immediately just jumped up and I grabbed my baseball bat and I opened the door, and it was my stepdad, you know, outside the doorway, and then my uncle kind of in the doorway, and then I could hear my mom behind him. And he was just screaming at both of them, like, I don't even know what he was saying because honestly I was just too, like wired, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I told him to take a few steps.
It's so sad, like, how, hard she rides for her mom, and then to know that they did her dirty like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, guys, subscribe to Criminality and Alex Erickson, please. They have great channels. You're welcome, Alex.
So it's of my opinion at this part that when her mom and her were gone to take JJ to school, they were gone for like a good 30, 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom coached her on everything.
I think she definitely coached her, but like, I mean, I guess at that age, you really can't not go along with it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, where do you go?
Yeah, like if your mom says, like, say this, what else are you gonna do at that age?
Yeah. Where would JJ go? Charles is dead. JJ's, you know what I mean? She probably was thinking her mom was all. Well, she was probably thinking her mom was all her and JJ have.
Yeah. Yep. Are you talking about Donna Serafina? I'm sorry, I don't usually believe in psychics, but she had so many details that like were on point. I mean, like, she knew they were buried separately. She knew like how many steps away they were. She knew there was like a pet cemetery there.
What color JJ's PJs were, the fact that he was wearing PJs.
Yeah,
the color bags that was around him.
And that Tylee didn't they like dismember Tylee? Like,
yep. And she said that he was fine. if they find like, I hate to be graphic, trigger warning, but if she said that if they find body parts, she literally said that they
Ate
ate
them.
some of her. Like,
And there was a fire pit too.
there
Like,
was a fire pit.
I mean, I
I'm
could see it if there was some weird, like, religious ritual they thought they were doing. I mean, I don't know if there is some weird religious ritual where you eat people and something happens, but, like, not that it's not even funny. I don't mean to laugh. It's just so ridiculous that I'm like, I can't even imagine why anyone would think it's okay, like, why anyone would want to do that. But maybe, like, that's a reason. You know what I mean? Maybe it was, like, some weird religious thing they wanted to do that Chad made up. I'm all right. Let me
I
correct
don't
myself.
believe in psychic theater, but I'm going to tell you, she was right about so much that
It was
I don't
It was
know.
like crazy.
And I'm not saying we have to get into it, but I'll try to pull it up for part 2. Tyler and JJ both were murdered on sacrificial nights. So, like, in witchcraft.
Yeah, for part 2, we could probably go into like that part of it, and we could show Donna's like. I'm sure Donna would be okay with it. I actually messaged her before, so I can ask her if we can play her
Show
thing and then compare it to the spot so we can show it.
Do it. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't think there's any religious ritual where anyone would do that, but I'm saying like I feel like Chad would make up some stuff like that because he's like a weirdo and say it's religious. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not trying to like say anything bad about religion. So, but yeah, what was that? Oh, talking about your kid at school, Alex. I cried for like the whole first week, and then after the first week, when he got the hang of it, I like loved my time. But the first week, I cried like a baby when my kid went to school. I have a picture of myself that I took and sent to Dave like the morning of, and there's just tears like all over my face. My eyes were all puffy. Yeah, that's what they said. They cooked Tylee's leg. Ugh, it's so terrible to think of, but she was so on point with all the other stuff. Like I would be shocked that she would be wrong about that. I mean, she had everything.
Well, like I said, right. She said they found. They said a certain. I think she said a specific part of Tylee's body. Well, they did. They found one of her legs. So she said if they find her leg, one of her legs, then
you could hear in her voice. She was like as she was reading, she was like, "I see, like, I'm seeing something. I almost like don't want to say it." And she was like, "And I really can't believe this is what they're showing me, but like, this is what they're saying that they ate them." She like everybody told her like, "Oh no, you're crazy, you're wrong." And then when they found the bodies, it was like everything matched up. I mean, like everything. It was really like it was crazy. If there's anyone who's a psychic, I believe her because she was on point. Definitely. All right, hold on. Let me play a little bit more of this.
Back. I was like, "You're too close. You need to step back." And he was like, "Don't tell me what to do." And I just kind of just stood there. And then my uncle kind of moved out of the way, and then my mom kind of went past him and into like the big room.
Okay.
Where everything happened, and so I walked with them, and then
So they were more in the hallway.
Yeah, they were at like the end of the hallway basically, and so my mom walked all the way around, and he kind of followed them, and I just kind of stood. My uncle was like right here, and then my stepdad right here, and then me and my mom were kind of right here. And I didn't do anything with the baseball bat. I kind of just held it there, and he was getting really close to my mom, so I kind of stuck it out like between them, and they were both just yelling, and he was like, "If you hit me with that baseball bat, you're gonna go to jail." And I just kind of stood there with the baseball bat, and I didn't really say anything.
When you said they were yelling, who was yelling?
It was mostly my stepdad.
Okay.
Well, he was really the only one like yelling.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was kind of like responding, but I honestly couldn't tell you what they were saying. It was kind of just like all jumbled up in my head. And so I just kind of stuck the baseball bat out there, and then he just grabbed it.
Do you remember if they say that she left before anything? They said that they walked out of the house at that point, right?
Right. They heard gunshots when they were outside. But I think they were gone before then.
Is Lori's on here? No. But basically, I don't want to play this like a lot of it because it's really long. But basically, she says he took the thing and that the bat, and then Lori and them leave the house and they go to Burger King. And as they're outside, they hear gunshots. And then Lori is a manipulative bee for sure. Like when you watch hers, I guess, let me see. I could play a little bit of hers. They're just really long, so I don't want to like.
She's all bubbly, and people were like, "There's no way this sweet lady could ever harm anybody."
Mm-hmm. Here it is.
That's the most comfortable ass interrogation room I've ever seen.
Yeah, Walter's using the other one, so you'll be in Brennan's and Monica.
Little creepy bear.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Oh, hold on, I'll mute in a second. There's the link, guys. If anyone wants to watch it, it's East Idaho News.
Sense to you, and we'll just work our way through it. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions just to kind of clarify. So I know you talked to the initial patrol officer.
And he just got information.
Okay. So yeah, if you can just kind of tell me kind of what happened. It sounds like some of this may have started last night or something along those lines. Right. So start where you think it makes the most sense.
Okay. So,
I told you. It's a great question.
Well, so we moved into this house 3 weeks ago because he offered to get me a house here where all my family is. So we were in Houston, and so he's like, we had decided to separate or whatever. So he's like, well, I'll pay for a house for you and for JJ and whatever, because he's all about JJ. He's never about Ellie, but he's all about JJ. Because we adopted him together. He's his great nephew. We adopted him as a baby. And so we adopted him as a baby, and so we've been raising him together. And he travels all the time for business, so he's used to just going back and forth. So he's always gone like Monday through Friday. So he came when we first moved in and brought me stuff from Houston, like a U-Haul, and then he hasn't been back. But it's all these threats on my phone all the time, you know, like whatever, all these things. And then he told me,
what kind of threats?
Just you have to read them to see, but he's always mad at me, right? And he doesn't want a divorce, but I don't like him and don't want to deal with him, so that's just how it is. So we married for 14 years, we dealt with him for 14 years, and him being horrible to her. Like he gets in huge fights with her, a lot of things. But anyway, so he said, I'm coming Wednesday night. All of a sudden, I want to see JJ. I told him, I said, I will never keep JJ from you. You can come see you.
See how she's like, oh, sorry, hold on.
Talking about how horrible he was to Tylee, but you hear everybody else say it. The nephew, Lori, not Charles's. Lori's nephew lived with them in that house with Charles and Lori and the kids. And this is Lori's nephew, and he said Charles treated Tylee like she was his. And he was like incredibly, got the kids whatever they wanted. They went on vacations, never raised his voice. Like he was a stand-up guy. Everybody in her family liked him.
Oh yeah, you might be right, Alex. I know there was a lot of husbands. There was at least 4. I don't remember them saying anything about a 5th husband in Chad's like list of husbands though. So that's why I thought
first husband they were like really young and it didn't last long at all. Like it was very quick.
Chad named 4 husbands in like the rating thing. So but I do remember hearing there was another one that like when she was like really young. Yeah, Adam, did you watch the Adam and Eve thing, Alex? If you guys haven't watched this yet, on 2020, Adam does a special where he talks about the family dynamics, and it was just so good. It got me so back into this case because, like, Chad was number 5. Okay, so that's what I meant. Like, she had 4, she was married. I didn't even count Chad, but, like, she had 4 husbands before Chad. Chad in my mind like doesn't count as a husband. I don't know. I know they're married, but
yeah, Allie, that's the interview that I'm thinking about too, where they had they interviewed Adam, but they interviewed his son too, and it was like
Adventures. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I definitely suggest you guys check it out if you're into this case because they give you a whole nother look. Like you get a whole nother view of Charles and Lori's marriage and how it was going.
The Adam and Eve one, I think it was like episode, like the season 21 episode something, and it was called Adam and Eve, and they interviewed Adam Cox, and he talks about like their mom. He went to their mom and was saying like Charles is afraid, like she said she's gonna kill him, and she's like, oh, she's harmless, you know. And when they found, after Charles died and they found out that Adam was talking to him, they like stopped talking to Adam and his kid. They were like really weird to them because of it. Like they didn't like that he was on his side. But yeah, it was on 2020. I don't know, whatever channel 2020 is on. It was a 2020 special. Just type in like, I think it's ABC. I don't know. Just type in 2020 Adam and Eve, and it's so good. Like it was really good. It got me back into it. He explains like all the family dynamics, and he says like the family loved Charles. Like he was really good to Lori. Like he was a great husband, and they all loved him. I'll play a little bit more of this. So,
whatever you want to, come take him to school, whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that. So when you initially moved, he had said he was going to buy you a house. So you moved here with your
Yeah, he
kids.
was going to rent us a house.
And so we moved.
All my family lives here. So
Right.
we lived here for a long time.
Okay.
And then he moved us to Houston.
Okay.
And we were there with my son. He was out of school. He didn't have any of his like services, his DDD, his anything. He like ripped him out of school and said, we're moving.
Okay.
And I didn't go with him at first. And he took him. And I let him take him. And I didn't file anything or whatever. And then he filed something against me and said, I'm only going to get supervised visits because I'm crazy and blah, 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 you know, the story. And so I just didn't talk to him for like 30 days. And let him take care of him. And let him see what I've been doing for the past 7 years. Because men need to do that. You don't have to have kids. I have grown kids. I have grandkids. Like, okay, you're going to threaten me that you're not going to let me see my child without supervised visitation? Okay, do it for 30 days and see how long it lasts. You're begging me to come pick him up.
Yeah.
Which he did. Just like, come back and whatever. So I moved in with him to Houston for the family, you know, and Tyler went with me.
she annoys me. Yeah, Charles was so good looking. There's a picture of him with like his shirt off holding JJ in like water. And he looks so good. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe she left him for that frog of a guy. Like, Chad is literally like, look at this dude. Like, Charles was so good looking. And then you got this frog. Frog potato. He's a frog potato. But, like, come on now. Like, look at Charles. Look at this. Look at Charles. He's so handsome. Here we go. I got it. Look at these two. And then you got that frog. I can't stand Chad. Yeah, he was, oh my. You know that pic? Yeah, I have it saved on my overlays. Like, he looked so good in that pic. I'm like, what was she thinking? Where did Brittney go? I didn't even realize I lost you, Britt. There are tons of interviews on investigations. Ooh. Hey, y'all, I can't believe this crazy woman would negotiate a plea deal. She's going to get it handed to her for sure. Oh, yeah. So, basically, she tells the same... Oh, shit. Hold on. Can y'all still hear me? Whatever. I'm just going to stop my camera. I don't know why it did that. My camera keeps being funky. Anyway. So, I got this new camera, and, like, it keeps unhooking for some reason. I don't know why. And I'm just turning it off because I might... Let me see if I can just unplug it and plug it back in. I think it's this one. Sorry, I have like 8 pairs of glasses on my table. Anyway. All right, Alex. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing my information and stream information, and really good luck on your second day of your kid's kindergarten. And everyone subscribe to Alex Erickson, please. So I'm not going to play more, but basically she's a manipulative bitch and just, you know, says the same stuff that, you know, she's been saying. Why is it doing that? Sorry. It's like really strange. Oh. I don't know why my camera's doing that. It's making me jump. Hold on. I mean, it's not that big deal. I don't have to be on camera, but... Alright. I don't know what's going on, but my camera's being weird. It's making me look like I have, like, Tourette's or something, so... Anyway. So she's super manipulative, and she tells the same story, basically, that her and Tylee's are in sync. Alright, so Charles, he's dead. He's basically, we'll say murdered, because Alex kills him, even though he gets away with it for self-defense. Now, after everything that has transpired, I'm convinced they, murdered him. So anyway, she gets pissed when she finds out that she's not on the life insurance anymore. Then they move with the kids. I forget where they move. Hold on, let me look. Give me a second. But in a nutshell, they move. And they take the last known sighting with the kids, I believe, is at Yellowstone. Hold on. They go to Yellowstone Park and they have pictures there. Alright. So let me find out where I'm in the timeline. Alright, so they were living in Phoenix, Arizona, I guess, at the time? Or is that where Joseph Bryan dies? Hold on. Alright, so February 2019, Charles Vallow changes his $1 million life insurance listening to his sister Kay Woodcock as his beneficiary. He says, Charles told me how to split it, and y'all are going to need that money because JJ is expensive with all his needs. Charles filed for divorce from Lori. In the documents, Vallow accused his wife of becoming infatuated, at times obsessive, about near-death experiences and spiritual visions. He also claimed Lori had threatened to kill him if he got in her way during her mission as a god to carry out the work of 144,000 at Christ's second coming in July of 2020. According to court documents, she claimed she had an angel there to help dispose of the body. Charles Vallow dismisses the divorce proceeding, saying he wants to try again with Lori. So this poor guy, after she's threatening to kill him, still wants to work it out with her. June 2019, Lori's niece, Melanie Boudoir, I think I'm saying that right. I have no idea if I am or not. Please, somebody, if I'm saying it wrong, correct me. She files divorce from her husband, Brandon, on Facebook. Brandon claims that Melanie has fallen into Lori's cult. Oh, thank you, Pointer Lover. I'm not looking at my phone, so I appreciate you so much. My reptile soul sister. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. So Brandon claims that Melanie has fallen into Lori's cult. So Melanie is Lori's niece who is very in this whole religious thing like she is. She got her totally in. All right. So then July 11th, 2019, Lori's brother Alex shoots and kills Charles and shows up at Lori when he shows up to Lori's house to pick up JJ. Cox claims self-defense and was never charged. On August 10th, 2019, JJ's grandmother, Kay Woodcock, speaks with him over FaceTime, the last contact she ever has with him. Yes, Chad Frog Potato. He's officially a frog potato. Thumb Thug said he was a potato, and I said he was a frog. And then I was like, you know what? He's a frog potato, because he does look like both. So, that's his new name. All right, so in September of 2019, Lori, Tylee, and JJ moved to Rexburg, Idaho, where Chad and Tammy Daybell live. So, hold on. I want to see where... Okay, here we go. All right, so Chad's still married to Tammy Daybell. And now Lori is single and ready to mingle because, Charles is dead. On September 8th, 2019, Tylee, 17, is seen for the last time photographed at Yellowstone Park with Lori. I'm trying to see if I can find the picture. Oh, okay. Come on. Tylee, Ryan, Yellowstone. I like having visuals of things. I'm just a visual person, so I'm gonna pull this picture up for y'all just so you can see it. Oh wait, it's on this. I thought I was still sharing my screen. I'm an idiot. So let me zoom. Dun, 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 dun. There they are. And they were really close. Like, how cute are they? It's a shame. All right, so that's the last picture of Tylee that they ever see. All right. September 23rd, 2019, JJ, 7, attends Kennedy Elementary School for the last time. Vallow tells the school that she's going to homeschool him, and JJ is never seen again. On September 24th, Vallow tells her babysitter that she is no longer needed and that JJ is going to stay with his grandmother in Arizona. On October 1st, 2019, Vallow rents a storage unit, which she visits 9 times between October and November, according to surveillance footage. Many visits are with a man believed to be her brother, Alex Cox, who also visited several times without her. On October 2nd, Brandon Bourgeois, which is Melanie's ex-husband, which is Lori Vallow's niece. So this would be like Lori's nephew-in-law, estranged nephew-in-law. There was a shooting outside of the estranged husband of Vallow's niece. The gunman drove a car registered to Charles Vallow, who is dead, but Bourgeois said he believes Alex Cox was shooting. So in this special where they did the Adam and Eve special, basically Brandon pulls up to his house, right? He's like getting out of the car, and there's a red Jeep that's Charles's red Jeep, like parked there in front of his car, and the back window was open, and he shot at him from the window. They literally shot at him, but they missed him. I think it might have even like broke his window, but didn't hit him. I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember them saying that. It's been a while since I covered this, but he really seriously tried to kill this dude too. I don't know. If y'all follow this case, does anyone know if Brandon had a life insurance policy out and if they were still married and if she could? I believe I heard that he had a life insurance policy and that Melanie would have got it. All right, so October 19th, 2019, Tammy Daybell, Frog Potato's wife, is found dead at her home. Her death is ruled natural, and her family refuses an autopsy. What a surprise! They refuse an autopsy. I wonder why. Well, now I believe they exhumed her body, and they're investigating that as, murder as well. He probably poisoned her or something, or no, didn't they say that she died from somebody pushing down on her chest really hard? Or hold on. They did come out with that. Wait, I'll tell you right now. It's all coming back to me. Hello, Crochet Queen Steph L. I think so, Kelly and Jay. Tammy Daybell, cause of death. Here we go. So she died of asphyxiation. Chad Daybell's children reveal mom Tammy Daybell's cause of death. They told me she'd been asphyxiated, but we never saw an autopsy. Asphyxiation doesn't necessarily mean smothered. According to my understanding, it means the breath was interrupted, and in the end, she wasn't able to breathe. I am pretty sure, though, they said it was from, like, something heavy, like, on her chest, like, pressed down on her chest or something like that. Anyway, it was... I'm not even going to try to say the word again because I just keep ruining it. They did something because they were being charged. So sad. Tammy was still living in the house when the kids were buried. No. Oh, yeah. Didn't he say he was burying a raccoon or something? He told her that he buried a raccoon. What a creep. What a creep frog potato. All right. On November 5th, 2019, Vallow marries her fifth husband. So it is her fifth husband. I was thinking 4 because I was thinking of the previous ones. I just, like, don't count Chad as a husband because, you know. But yeah, she marries him in Hawaii. They have this ceremony in Hawaii. And it was really strange because at this point, like, her kids are missing. And she's off in Hawaii with, like, flowers in her hair and leis, you know, just celebrating her marriage. And her kids are gone. And she wouldn't... They were trying to get answers from her. And she just, like, wouldn't give them any answers. November 26, 2019, the Rexburg Police Department performs a wellness check at Vallow's home after JJ's grandparents report they haven't heard from him in months. Vallow lies and said JJ is visiting relatives in Arizona. Didn't she lie and say that, I believe she said JJ was with Melanie Gibb and her friend? And then Melanie Gibb, or is Melanie her cousin or her friend? I don't know. Melanie Gibb, she lies and says that JJ was with her, but then she eventually, I guess, has a moment and admits that she lied and that JJ was never with her. November 27th, 2019, the Rexburg Police Department returns to Vallow's home, but she and Daybell are already gone. Melanie Gibb was at the wedding and took the photos. It wouldn't shock me. Or Melanie the niece. There's 2, so I always get confused between the 2. On November 29th, Alex Cox marries Zulema Pasienes. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but hopefully. At the Chapel of Love in Las Vegas. On December 11th, 2019, Tammy Daybell's body is exhumed and her death is ruled suspicious. On December 12th, 2019, Alex Cox is found dead in Gilbert, Arizona. His cause of death is eventually ruled a blood clot. I always thought, you know, his death was suspicious, but, I mean, if he died of a blood clot, he died of a blood clot, you know? Like, what can I say? So, but it is strange that I believe Alex was the guy who killed everyone. Like, I think she was sleeping with him and, you know, doing her little sex magic on Alex and getting him to kill all these people for her. Because, I mean, obviously he was the one who shot at Brandon. He killed Charles. So now we have 2 people that he's responsible for their death. And then I remember hearing that right before JJ went missing, he was seen I think Melanie said this. She was there visiting and he was seen, like, carrying him out of the house and saying he, like, needed to go to bed or something. She was using the P power on Chad and Alex, I think. She was using the magic P power on both of them, in my opinion. I mean, I think, how many people have died? All right, so we got Lori's. All right, so Lori is married. Chad is married. Lori's brother kills Charles, Lori's husband. Lori's now single to mingle, wants to be with this guy Chad, who's also married, and Chad's wife dies. Then Lori's 2 kids go missing, so that's 4, right? Charles, I'm even losing count. Then Alex dies of a blood clot, that's 5. And Brandon was shot at, so he would have been 6 if they were successful. I can't even keep track. Anyway, I don't know. I guess that, if it was a blood clot, it was a blood clot. But it is strange. And he even told Zulema, like, hey, if anything happens to me, there's this money, like, here, if you need it. So he thought they were going to try and kill him. So that's what I think is strange, too. Is like, it's a blood clot, but, maybe, he at least was suspicious that something would happen. Oh, yeah. Tylee's dad also died. Nobody's being charged for him, though, but his sister, Tylee's aunt, is really, really big on trying to get justice for him, too, because they believe that his family believes that his death was suspicious as well. I think they did reopen the case. Oh, he was cremated? I didn't know that. Well, that makes it a lot harder, but that would have been 6 people. Possibly 7 if they would have killed Brandon. So there's a lot of people in this that, I forgot about Joe Ryan too. Yeah, I think Frogface was kneeling on her. I think he was, he did something. Maybe he held a pillow on her or something in her sleep and like sat. Never mind. I was going to say something, but I'm not. I still find Alex's death sus too. Frogface called him and prayed with him just a little bit before. Yeah, I have a hard time just believing that his death isn't suspect after everything that transpired. My Wi-Fi looks like it's being funky, so if I like oddly turn robotic or something, just know I don't know why it's doing this. Can you look up and see what Melanie's mom passed away from? Yeah. I'm trying to see. I forget. Is her mom, what was the other one? Laura, maybe? I can only find them talking about Alex. Oh, okay, there have been reports that Lori may be somehow tied to your mother's death, that she may have been the first victim. Can you address that? In an interview, someone said this to her. Melanie said she died of natural causes. It's on her death certificate. She had type 1 diabetes and gastroparesis. She went to every type of doctor, and I think she got tested for everything. It was so clear she was far from anorexic. My dad ran with that story, and it's hurtful and untrue. And she's not here to tell that truth. Reading through court documents, there's so many things he could have said because we're all real open about our family and we make mistakes. It was mostly just lies about everything. So basically, Melanie's dad said that Lori was responsible, but yeah, she said JJ was with Melanie. Okay. Okay. Where was I? All right, so December 20th, 2019, the Rexburg Police Department announced a formal search for JJ and Tylee, which they tied to Tammy Daybell's suspicious death. Police say in a press release that Vallow and Chad Daybell are not cooperating. Police officially rule December 21st, the next day, police officially rule Vallow and Daybell persons of interest in JJ and Tylee's disappearance. On December 30th, 7 days later, the Rexburg Police Department say in a press release that they strongly believe that Joshua and Tylee's lives are in danger. The children are not with Vallow and Daybell, officials say. On January 3rd, 2020, the Fremont County Sheriff's Office, the Rexburg Police Department, and the FBI serve a search warrant at the Daybell's house. 43 items are removed, including computers, cell phones, journals, documents, and medications. By the way, I cannot wait for this trial for the evidence they have to come out. I cannot wait. It's going to be some shit. Stacy, that was her name. Thanks, BTU. I think it was Summer and Stacy, right? Is that her sister's names? Didn't she have a sister with an L too? All right, where was I? January 7th, 2020, Larry and Kay Woodcock, JJ's grandparents, offer a $20,000 reward for his and Tylee's safe return. On January 25th, Val and Daybell are tracked to Kauai, Hawaii, where they once lived with her family. Local authorities serve an order from the Madison County Prosecutor's Office that requires Vallow to physically produce Tylee and JJ to the Idaho Department of Welfare in Rexburg, Idaho, or the Rexburg Police within 5 days of being served with the order. On January 29th, 2020, Larry and Kay Woodcock file for guardianship of JJ with the Madison County Magistrate Court. On January 30th, Vallow misses the 5 p.m. deadline to produce JJ and Tylee to the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare or the Rexburg Police Department. On February 20th, Vallow is arrested and charged with 2 felony counts of desertion and non-support of dependent children and misdemeanor charges of resisting and obstructing an officer, solicitation of a crime, and contempt. She is held on a $5 million bond pending extradition to Idaho. That's okay, Britt. February 21st, 2020, Vallow tells a judge she plans to fight the extradition order. February 26th, Vallow waives her extradition to Idaho after her request to have her bail lowered is denied. On March 5th, Vallow is extradited back to Rexburg. This is the scene where they find I have a picture of the scene where they find the kids, but I'm not going to show you guys. I'm going to wait on that because me and Britt are going to do a part 2 where we're going to do on her channel where we're going to go over all that. So I'm sure everyone has seen it, but I just want to make sure that, we can continue the story on part 2 there. I think it is said that Lori took cookies over to the Gables house during their mother's week. Really? So they think the cookies were like Stacy, Adam, Alex, Lori. Summer, Stacy, Adam, Alex, Lori. Okay. I don't know why I thought there was a Lauren or a Laura. Maybe the niece or something. There was a Summer. All right. Where is I? March 6, 2020, Val appears before Judge Farron Edens for the first time. Her bail is lowered to $1 million. March 13th, 2020, Edens removes himself from the case per Val's request. Michelle Mallard replaces him. June 9th, 2020, Chad Daybell is arrested and charged with 2 counts of destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence after police execute a search warrant on his property. 2 sets of human remains are found. So they find the 2 kids. That's okay, Britt. It's all right. I know my heart breaks for Larry and Kay too. I can't even imagine how hard it is for them. And I've seen so many interviews with them too, and they're just totally heartbroken. On June 10th, the next day, the families of JJ and Tylee confirm that the remains found on the Daybell's property belong to the missing children. Daybell appears in court. his bail is set at $1 million. And that's now they're headed to court. It's taking a really long time because Lori is they can't decide whether she's crazy or not. Like, they keep going back and forth and back and forth, and if she's competent to stand trial, I probably should have just said competent to stand trial, but you know what I mean. I think it's fair enough to say she's crazy. She thought her kids were zombies and had them killed. And the zombie thing came from Melanie Gibb, who went to go visit them. And she basically said that, like, Lori told them that her, JJ and Tylee turned into zombies and they weren't the same anymore. Just how she thought that Charles was a demon and that his name was Nick Snyder. She basically thought the same thing of the children. So, I cannot wait for this trial. I think there's going to be so much more that comes out at, like, the preliminary hearing. But I think when we do part 2, we can go through all the trial appearances so far too, and we can go over the Donna Serafina stuff. Sarah said, "Wait, hold on. I mean, mine can be little zombies, but not the creepy kind." I know, right? Ever zombies that are demons that I would ever want to do anything to. I have a hard time deciding if I think she's incompetent or competent to stand trial, because I feel like when you watch her interviews, like with the Charles stuff and everything, she's very calculated and she, like, knows what she's doing and knows how to talk and knows how to get her way. And I feel like she did, like, convince her brother and everything, but then at the same time, you have to be pretty incompetent to, like, do that to your own kids. And I mean, even if they try and blame this on Alex, they're still going to get nailed for this. I mean, because Tammy's death, Chad's definitely going to get in trouble because Tammy's death and the bodies were buried on his property. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way he's getting out of this. Lori, though, I think they're going to totally blame it on Alex. I think they're going to try and blame everything on Alex because he's dead. And I think that was their plan all along. So, but I'm going to end it here because me and Britt are going to do a part 2. And thank you all so much for coming. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'm getting close to a community tab, and I could really use your help, guys. And thank you so much for everyone. And please like my video as well. And thank you again, Pointer Lover. I appreciate you so much. All right, everyone. Oh, thanks. And thank you, mods and everything. Thank you, Britt, for coming up. And please subscribe to Allegedly with Brittney J. I think Criminality was in here. Subscribe to her. Wyoming Adventures, you have a channel too, right? Subscribe to her. Anyone who has a channel, feel free. If you have any, let me see. Alex Erickson, please subscribe to her. They all have great channels. Me and Britt do a lot of cases together too. So, and if anyone wants to, say that you have a channel and people go, just put it in chat. Tell them your channel name and have people go. Share. I don't know if everyone can share their links, but at least let people know you have a channel so they can check you out. That's okay, Britt. You were here for most of it anyway. And then we're going to be doing a part 2 on Britt's channel soon, so stay tuned for that. Keep watch for that. And I'll probably be live on like Sunday night, something like that. All right. Good night, everyone. I love you all. I appreciate you all so much. Oh, yeah, you could do that too. Good point, BTU. Before I go, if the channels want to leave a comment in the comment section with your links, feel free to do it. Share your channels, please, because all about, sharing people's channels and getting their name out there. So you can leave a comment in my comment section. Good idea, BTU. Thank you. All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Pointer Lover, my reptile soul sister. See you guys.